You know, fantasy football trading has gotten very subjective over the years. Very creative type of gamers and owners out there making deals, sending you text messages, sending you offers. What do we got here? 1963 Corvette split window fuel injection 327 360 horse. It's the Fuel E, baby. It's my favorite Corvette of all time. Why? Because of that back split window. That thing is bitchin'. I mean, this car is so incredible and unique. And I'd pay anything for it. That's just me, okay? This is an incredible piece of art. Some people call it art, right? Remember that show a long time ago when people were making sculptures out of rocks with grass and leaves and stick figures coming out, and people say, yeah, no, that piece of art right there, that's $100,000. And people are like, no, really, no, it is. I'm selling it for $100,000. You know, that's the thing. When people get subjective and creative with what they think is art, they're going to put their own price tag on this stuff, right? Why? Because there's base fact data. Kelley Blue Book came out. People said, wait, hey, it's getting out of control here. Let's get some experts and people that are going to put this data together. And let's make a book. And let's make it a guide, right? So everybody has a benchmark for this stuff. Fantasy football's done the same thing, and I really like this site, the Dynasty Trade Calculator, things like this. If you play redraft, you can still kind of mess around with this, but I like how they do future picks with this thing. So I guess this is our Kelley Blue Book, but I guess in a lot of ways it's not. I mean, it's a great website. I'm totally for it. But, you know, the thing is how many guys actually go by this? You know, is this really necessarily scripture? No. Come on, you know? Odell Beckham's worth 58 fantasy points. On a value scale, let's say out of 100, okay? A first-round draft pick in 2017 is worth 30. So if you were trading him and you're getting him, here's where you'd be at, you know? And so on and so forth. But the thing with these is you take them with a grain of salt, okay? Again, it's like that car. I mean, if you really want that 63 Corvette, then you're going to go get it, okay? I think you can use a little bit of both in your league. I personally don't run a league where we have to have these polls that pop up and say, well, we need 65% of the league to vote, and then we'll go ahead and prove it. Or the commissioner's the only one that can approve. No. Every single trade in my league goes through without question. Automatically, 100% goes through. Okay? So we don't have this sort of, hand raising. Now, I mean, remember in Spaceballs, the movie, the ludicrous speed? If you get an owner that's making an incredible ludicrous type of offer, then yeah, we're probably going to go back to the trade calculator here. We're going to examine what you're doing, and we want two things answered. Why are you doing this? And how does this benefit the other guy? Those are the questions. Now, let's get to a couple of housekeeping types of things that I do. You get an offer. This is MFL, by the way. I highly encourage you to get into that website. But if you don't, and I don't know what else you use, if there's a comment button on a trade that comes your way, why don't you write something? It's not there just for fun and games, okay? Write something. Timely response. Thanks for the offer, but here's a counter offer for you to consider. And reason why I cannot accept your deal. Blah, blah, blah. I mean, how easy is that, right? Especially if somebody wants your prized possession. Okay, 1963 Corvette split window. And you're like, listen, my whole life I've wanted, Jameis Winston in my Dynasty League because he's going to grow and develop, and I spent a huge draft pick on him. That's fine. Give that person those reasons, okay, so that they understand what's going on. Here's a couple tricks that I use in my bag of tricks. That was kind of silly. Anyways, draft day trades. I wait until I'm on the clock and I'm walking up in my live rookie draft. I get all the way up to the board and then I pull the Columbo move. Oh, there is just one more thing, Your Honor. Anybody want my pick? I'm going to auction it off right now. Make me some offers. I do that all the time. I have good success with it. It's a lot of fun on draft day. Get people to make snap decisions and you might even benefit. Because who the hell is going to look at a trade calculator on draft day? No one. They're going to use their brain. Let them do that. Okay? I'm not saying you're trying to fleece a guy, but I'm just saying you might be able to get a way better deal done than you'd ever do over cyber internet text messaging. I like Sunday afternoons as I compile my trade deals. I send out offers Sunday afternoon. I usually try to follow up on Monday. Why? I feel more people will pay attention on Sundays, Mondays for not only the internet, they have a little more downtime. But for fantasy football, people go back to work, okay, right, on Monday typically, unless you're some sort of millionaire here doing this, but this is a hobby for us. Sunday and Monday really makes sense to me. I accept a lot of deals on Monday, and I usually shoot off a lot of deals on Monday, with Sunday also. So keep that in mind. That might help you. When I do, I usually throw the guy a text message. Now, I also do something fun on game day, okay, Sunday morning at about 9:50. Okay, I learned this one from a guru of mine, and about 5 minutes before kickoff, I'll shoot somebody like this a text message. Hey, here's a quick offer for you. You have 5 minutes to accept this deal prior to kickoff. Make it quick, right? If you're playing Texas Hold'em, you always want the other guy to make the tough mistake. I don't want to make a tough decision. I don't want to go all in. I got a pair of jacks, right? Let the other guy do it. Now, sometimes it's easy when you have more time to talk over a deal. Let's say on that Monday or Sunday afternoon. Hey, shoot a guy a text. You got a free moment? Sure. Shot you a trade offer. Call me, if you have time. Okay, great. What you're trying to do here is build good karma. You're trying to get some good fantasy football credit with these trading guys, because when you go to the well and you fleece a guy, you're probably not going to ever trade with this guy again. You don't want that. You want to be trading partners with everybody in your league so that you can always look at the future as you trade. So, in the end, trading is my favorite thing about Dynasty, especially when you have some of these babies, right? The cherries of the Corvette world. Again, maybe you have a better Corvette of all time. This happens to be my favorite, but shoot me a Twitter feed, right? UDDWorks, at UDDWorks on Twitter. But again, if you really want this type of car, you're going to have to pay for it in my league because I'm not selling them cheap. Johnny B, UpsideDownDrafting.com. Thanks for listening. See you on the next show.